Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
At some point, and in some social media circles, wellness has stopped being a walk, a reasonably balanced dinner, and getting to bed on time. Now, for some, apparently, it requires a wooden room hot enough to roast a chicken and a tub cold enough to store one. Saunas and cold plunges are everywhere, it seems. They show up in gyms and spas and social clubs and home renovation videos and social media feeds full of some very determined people trying not to scream. The combination is usually called contrast therapy, moving from hot to cold, sometimes several times in one session. Supporters say it improves circulation, reduces inflammation, speeds recovery, sharpens the mind, and strengthens immunity, even improves sleep. Now that is an impressive list. It's also exactly the kind of list that should make us slow down and ask a better question. Which benefits are reasonably supported? And which ones are mostly marketing? On today's episode, we'll take a look at the sauna cold plunge trend and try to separate fact from fiction. I'm Jay, and this is Somnilopod. Hey friends, I am so glad that you have decided to come back and join me today, or if you're here for the first time, welcome. Want to talk today a little bit about contrast therapy, and that's when you go from hot to cold quickly and repeatedly. And let me ask you real quickly first, have you ever been in a sauna? I'm just not one of those sauna people. I've done it once, and with all the steam, I couldn't see my hand in front of my face, and I was sitting on a wooden bench that I know had probably had 100 different naked fat booties on it, and it just wasn't my scene. So, but evidently it's very popular with some people, just not with this guy. So let's talk a little bit about this trend. We'll start with the heat. Now, in a sauna, your body works to cool itself. Blood vessels near the skin widen, your heart rate rises, and sweating increases. Many people feel physically relaxed, even mentally quieter afterward. Research has also found associations between regular sauna use and better cardiovascular outcomes. Now, the word association matters. Much of the best known evidence comes from observational studies of Finnish adults, often middle-aged men. These studies may be encouraging, but they can't prove that the sauna caused the healthier outcome. People who use saunas regularly may differ in exercise, income, social connection, and other habits that influence health. Smaller clinical studies suggest sauna bathing may improve certain measures of blood vessel function, blood pressure regulation, pain, and perceived well-being. But it is not a substitute for exercise. And sweating does not detox your body. Your liver and kidneys already have that job. Any quick drop on the scale after a sauna is also mostly just fluid. You're not really burning body fat. Sauna use may have a reasonable place in a sleep routine. Quiet heat can help some people relax, and the gradual cooling that follows may support the body's normal preparation for sleep. Still, the research is not strong enough to prescribe sauna bathing as an insomnia treatment. Think of it as a possible wind down tool, like taking a hot shower. not a replacement for consistent sleep timing, appropriate light exposure, treatment for sleep apnea, or evidence-based care for chronic insomnia. The cold side of this trend is a bit louder online and less settled scientifically. The instant you enter a very cold body of water, your body launches a cold shock response. Breathing speeds up, blood vessels tighten, the heart rate and blood pressure can rise quickly. That sudden alertness is real. It can feel energizing and even exhilarating. But feeling a powerful reaction is not the same as proving a long-term health benefit. A 2025 systematic review examined 11 studies involving more than 3,000 healthy adults. It found some promising signals, including a delayed reaction in stress and possible improvements in sleep quality and quality of life. It did not find clear immediate benefits for immune function, and inflammation actually rose for a short period after immersion. The studies used very different temperatures, durations, and populations, and only one of those studies used women. In plain English, cold water immersion may do something useful, but science has not yet identified the universal recipe or confirmed most of the sweeping promises made online. The clearest evidence for cold immersion involves short-term recovery after strenuous exercise. It can reduce soreness and help some athletes feel ready to perform again. There is an important catch for those of us trying to protect muscle after 40. Repeated cold immersion immediately after strength training may actually weaken some of the signals involved in muscle growth and strength gains. Most of that research has involved younger men, so we should not pretend it answers every question for Gen X. It does suggest that an ice bath after every lifting session may be working against the very adaptation you want. If muscle building is the goal, saving the cold for another time or a recovery day may make more sense. And what about alternating sauna and cold plunge? I'll be honest, that just sounds miserable to me. I'm just not one of those personalities. Contrast therapy may reduce soreness and improve the feeling of recovery, particularly after hard exercise. Evidence that it prevents disease, dramatically improves circulation, burns meaningful fat, or extends life is far thinner. The popular description of heat opening blood vessels and cold squeezing them like a pump is an appealing picture, but the human cardiovascular system is really much more complicated than a garden hose. Safety becomes especially important in midlife. Heat can contribute to dehydration, dizziness, and a drop in blood pressure. Cold can cause uncontrolled breathing and a rise in your heart rate and blood pressure. Rapidly switching between the two asks your cardiovascular system to manage both extremes, and anyone with heart disease, an arrhythmia, or poorly controlled blood pressure, a history of fainting or circulation problems, even kidney disease, they should speak to a clinician before trying it. The same is true for people taking medications that affect heart rate, blood pressure, fluid balance, and temperature regulation. If you have been medically cleared and still want to experiment, there's no prize for making the experience miserable. Begin conservatively. Use warm rather than punishing heat, and cool water rather than an Arctic audition. Keep early exposures short. Stay hydrated, avoid alcohol, and do not combine cold immersion with breath-holding exercises. Never plunge alone, especially in open water, and get out immediately if you develop chest discomfort, dizziness, unusual shortness of breath, confusion or numbness, or a sense that something just simply may not be right. Timing matters for sleep, too. A sauna may leave one person calm and sleepy, while a cold plunge may make that same person feel ready to alphabetize the garage at 11 o'clock. Pay attention to your own response. If contrast therapy raises your heart rate and leaves you shivering or delays sleep, move it earlier in the day. A wellness habit that steals sleep is a fairly impressive piece of self-sabotage. So are saunas and cold plunges overhyped? Parts of the story certainly are. Sauna bathing has encouraging evidence and can be an enjoyable relaxation practice. Cold immersion has legitimate uses in athletic recovery, and the early research is intriguing, but many broader claims remain unproven. Using them together may feel wonderful, but it is not a medical shortcut, and it is not required for healthy aging. If you enjoy contrast therapy, use it safely, and if it fits in your life, treat it as an optional tool. If you hate it, like a certain host you're listening to right now, you're not missing the secret to longevity. Regular movement, strength training, good food, social connection, dependable sleep, remain less dramatic and far better established. Wellness does not have to hurt to count. I hope you learned something today. I have just sort of reinforced the fact that I don't like saunas. I just don't. Maybe it was a little too much, my first couple of experiences, but I'm open-minded in my older age, and if I want to, or if I find a sauna that I can adjust the heat personally and just keep it a little low, I'm welcome to try it again in moderation. So if you have experience with this type of therapy, please let me know. Touch base with me at j@somnilopod.com, or you can reach me through any of the socials, Facebook or YouTube. And until we talk again, please remember to make sleep a priority. Thanks so much.